Cancer, if you clicked on this video because you felt that undeniable pull, you are exactly where you need to be. The title you saw wasn't a coincidence. That specific person, the one who crossed your path, locked eyes with you, and felt their entire world shift in a single second. They knew right then. They knew you were the one. But here is the twist that changes everything. They tried to bury it. They tried to act like it was nothing. But the energy between you has become too loud to ignore. Now, they absolutely cannot hide it anymore. Before we dive into the exact moment they break their silence, tell me in the comments where you are watching from, and make sure you like and subscribe to Trusted Tarot to claim this beautiful energy. Let's begin. Do not scroll past this. Do not let this moment pass you by, because this message is arriving at the exact right second, and it was not by random chance. You were meant to hear this now. The algorithm did not just randomly place this video in front of your eyes. Your higher self, your intuition, and the spiritual realm conspired to bring you here. You have been searching for answers, looking for a sign that you are not crazy, that what you felt was real. The universe heard your silent pleas in the middle of the night, and it has orchestrated this exact collision between your energy and this message. You are being called to pay attention, because the shift you have been waiting for is no longer just a possibility. It is a certainty. I know you have been feeling it physically before you could even understand it mentally. Think about the last few weeks. Think about that sudden, unexplainable flutter in your chest when you were just sitting quietly. Think about the restlessness that kept you tossing and turning, deep, buzzing energy under your skin that told you something massive was shifting in your unseen reality. You have been checking your phone constantly, feeling it vibrate in your pocket, only to find nothing there. Yet your nervous system is screaming that a message is coming. You have been waking up earlier than usual, specifically around those twilight hours, feeling a strange sense of anticipation, as if your soul knows a door is about to open. This is not anxiety, Cancer. This is your body acting as a receiver for the energetic download that is currently rushing toward you. Your physical form is literally preparing you for the revelation that is about to take place. You might have felt a sudden tightness in your throat, or a warmth spreading through your chest when you least expected it. These are not random physical glitches. This is your somatic body translating the spiritual truth that they are thinking about you right now. And it is not just happening in your waking hours. The subconscious mind has been working overtime. You have been having these vivid, flashing dreams where their face appears out of nowhere. Maybe it is not even a full conversation, just the feeling of their presence in the room with you, or a fleeting memory of the exact way they looked at you that one time. You wake up with their name or their energy lingering in the air. An intrusive thought that you try to push away, but it keeps bouncing back. You see synchronicities everywhere. You see their birth date, their initials, or numbers that tie back to the moment you first connected. These are not coincidences. These are the universe tapping you on the shoulder, confirming that the energetic cord between you two is not only intact, it is pulling taut. They are thinking about you with an intensity that is bleeding into your own energetic field. You feel them in the quiet moments, when the world slows down and it is just you and your thoughts. That sudden wave of emotion that hits you out of nowhere, that is not just your own feelings echoing back to you, that is them, projecting their unresolved energy across the distance, trying to reach you because they do not know how else to bridge the gap. I know this has been exhausting. I know there have been moments where you felt completely unseen, where you wondered if the connection was entirely one-sided. You have carried the heavy burden of doubt, questioning your own intuition, wondering if you imagined the depth of that initial spark. As a Cancer, you feel everything so deeply. You do not just experience love. You absorb it, you internalize it, you make it a part of your very soul. So when someone pulls back, it does not just hurt your feelings, it disrupts your entire energetic foundation. It hurts to feel so deeply for someone when the external reality seems to offer you nothing in return. You have been so strong holding space for this connection, building a safe harbor in your heart for them. But inside, you are tired. You just want to know that you are not foolish for believing in what you felt. You want validation that the magic you experienced was not just a trick of the light. Listen to me very closely right now. Every single drop of patience you have poured into this, every moment you chose to trust your gut over your fears, has been recorded by the universe. The waiting period is not a punishment, it was a necessary incubation. And now, the incubation is over. the person on the other side of this connection is going through a massive internal reckoning. But before I tell you exactly what they are realizing, and before I reveal the exact moment they are going to break their silence, you need to understand the context of their delay. You need to understand why they pulled back. Because it was never about you not being enough. In fact, it was the exact opposite. They saw you, they truly saw you, and it terrified them. But I cannot give you the full picture of their confession just yet. You need to understand the foundation of their fear so that when they finally reach out, you do not misinterpret their hesitation as rejection. You need to know the depth of their internal storm so you can hold your ground when they finally step into the light. You have to realize that when someone recognizes their soulmate, the absolute love of their life in a single glance, it shatters their previous understanding of reality. They looked at you and saw their entire future. And that level of clarity is overwhelming for someone who is not ready to surrender control. They tried to walk away. They tried to convince themselves that it was just a fleeting attraction, just a momentary spark. But the universe does not allow a connection of this magnitude to be ignored. The more they tried to run, the louder your energy became in their mind. Now, they are standing at the edge of their own ego, realizing that hiding their feelings is causing them more pain than speaking them ever could. They saw you, Cancer. And in that singular, suspended fraction of a second, the illusion of their life shattered. I need you to truly understand the weight of what happened in that moment of first contact. When they looked at you, they did not just see a beautiful face or an intriguing stranger. Their soul recognized yours. It was a profound, terrifying instant of absolute knowing. They felt the tether snap into place, an invisible, unbreakable cord wrapping around their spirit. And because it was so massive, so completely beyond their logical comprehension, their human ego panicked. They tried to minimize it. They told themselves it was just a fleeting moment of intense chemistry, just a trick of the light, just a temporary high. But you cannot ring a bell. You cannot see your own destiny. Now, they are living in the agonizing aftermath of that realization. They are lying awake in the dark, staring at the ceiling, replaying the exact angle of your face, the exact tone of your voice, the exact way the energy shifted when you were in the same room. They are torturing themselves with the ghost of that moment, consumed by a deep, heavy regret that they did not step forward and claim you right then and there. They are realizing, with a clarity that is both beautiful and painful, that they made a mistake by pulling away. They thought that by creating distance, they could dilute the intensity of the connection. They thought that if they just went about their daily routine, the memory of you would fade into the background. But the universe does not work that way, and a soul tie of this magnitude cannot be starved. Instead of fading, your energy has only grown louder in their mind. Every time they try to distract themselves, every time they try to focus on work, on friends, on the mundane details of their life, your presence interrupts them. They are experiencing their own somatic awakening now. They are feeling that same chest flutter, that same unexplainable restlessness. They are checking their phone, hoping against hope that you have reached out, that you are thinking of them too. The universe is actively cornering them. Every path they try to take that does not lead back to you is being blocked. Every other opportunity, every other potential connection, feels hollow, flat, and entirely devoid of the magic they felt with you. They are being shown, in real time, that there is no replacement for what you share. Before we cross the threshold into the exact words they are preparing to speak to you, I want to pause and ground us in this space. If this message is resonating in your spirit, if you feel that deep, settling yes in your gut, I invite you to subscribe to Trusted Tarot. This is not just about watching a video. It is about anchoring your energy into a community that understands the depth of your spiritual journey. By subscribing, you are signaling to the universe that you are ready to receive, that you are open to the love and the truth that is being rooted toward you. Like this video to lock in this frequency, and share it with someone who needs to be reminded that their patience is about to be rewarded. We are building a sanctuary here, a place where your intuition is validated and your heart is protected. Stay with me, stay present, because what we are about to uncover is the turning point you have been praying for now. Let us talk about the pain you have carried while they were figuring this out. I know there were nights you cried yourself to sleep, wondering what you did wrong. I know you analyzed every text, every glance, every silence, trying to find the hidden meaning, trying to figure out how to fix a dynamic that felt broken. You poured your beautiful, nurturing Cancer energy into a void, and it left you feeling depleted. You questioned your own worth. You wondered if you were too much or if you were not enough. You built walls around your heart, not because you wanted to, but because you had to protect yourself from the confusion they were projecting. But I need you to hear this, and I need you to let it sink into your bones. Their hesitation was never a reflection of your value. It was a reflection of their own unhealed fears. They were standing at the edge of the deepest ocean they had ever seen, and they were terrified of drowning. But now they are realizing that staying on the shore is a slower kind of drowning. They are done being afraid of the depths. They are done hiding from the magnitude of what you mean to them. The dam is breaking, Cancer. The silence they have been using as a shield is about to become the very thing they apologize for. The dam is breaking, Cancer. And the silence that once felt like an impenetrable wall is now transforming into a bridge. I need you to prepare your spirit for what is actively moving toward you in the physical realm. This is no longer just a quiet, internal realization on their part. The energy has reached a critical mass, and it is demanding to be expressed. They are done fighting the current. They are done pretending that the space between you is comfortable or sustainable. The universe has cornered them, and they are finally surrendering to the truth that has been burning a hole in their chest since the very first moment they saw you. This is not going to be a casual, throwaway message. Do not expect generic, hey, or a superficial attempt to test the waters. What is coming is deliberate, heavy, and deeply meaningful. They are sitting with their phone in their hand right now, or they will be very soon typing out the words, deleting them, and typing them out again. Their heart is hammering against their ribs because they know that once they hit send, there is no going back. They are preparing to confess the exact truth of that first encounter. They are going to admit that the distance was a mistake, that the silence was a defense mechanism, and that they have been carrying the weight of your absence every single day. They are going to tell you, in their own vulnerable way, that they knew. They knew you were the one, and the terror of that knowing is exactly what made them run. But the agony of losing you is what is finally making them return. When this message arrives, it may come as a sudden text in the middle of the night, a phone call that you almost let go to voicemail, or an unexpected invitation to meet in person. It might even be a mutual friend suddenly bringing up your name in a conversation with them, acting as the cosmic catalyst that finally pushes them over the edge. The method matters less than the intention behind it. The intention is pure, raw, and stripped of all ego. They are laying their cards on the table because they can no longer bear the weight of hiding them. They are exposing their own vulnerability to you, handing you the power, and asking, with trembling hope, if there is still a place for them in your world. But here is the emotional pivot you must be prepared for. When this confession finally lands in your lap, it might not look exactly like the fairy tale you have been rehearsing in your mind. It might come out clumsy. It might be wrapped in their own residual fear or awkwardness. They might stumble over their words, or the timing might feel slightly off. Your Cancerian instinct, the part of you that has been hurt and has built beautiful, protective walls around your soft heart, will want to analyze it. It will want to poke at the cracks, to test them, to push them away just a little bit to see if they will fight for you. I am telling you right now, with absolute spiritual certainty, pause. Do not let the packaging distract you from the profound truth inside. Do not let old pain distort this new message. You must receive this clearly, not defensively. This is your emotional guidance, your warning layer for this divine transition. If you meet their vulnerability with your own armor, you will inadvertently confirm their deepest fear that they are not safe with you. They are stepping out of the shadows, trembling, offering you the very thing you have been praying for. Meet them with grace. Take a breath before you react. Let their words land in your spirit before your mind tries to dissect them. You have waited for this moment, and you have earned the right to experience it without the interference of past disappointments. This is a new chapter, and it requires a new way of responding. Why is this happening right now? Why is the universe orchestrating this precise convergence in August of 2126? Because the cosmic clocks have finally aligned. The cycles of delay, the periods of silence, the lessons you both had to learn in isolation, they have all reached their natural conclusion. Saturn has finished its rigorous teaching, and the universe is now rewarding your steadfast faith. This is a divine window, ripened moment in the energetic fabric of your lives. If this connection were to be delayed any longer, it would cause a spiritual fracture in both of your souls. The timing is not random. It is the direct result of the internal growth you have both undergone. You had to become the version of yourself who could hold this love without losing yourself. And they had to become the version of themselves who could offer this love without running from it. The silence was the forge, and you have both been tempered in it. Feel the shift in the air around you. The static is clearing. The heavy, confused energy that has been clouding your connection is dissipating, replaced by a bright, anticipatory hum. The universe is actively rearranging the physical circumstances to bring you back into the same orbit. Synchronicities will accelerate. You will hear their name unexpectedly. You will see reminders of them in places you frequent. The digital realm will conspire to put your notification on their screen at the exact moment their resolve is strongest. Everything is aligning to make this reunion inevitable. The path is being cleared, the obstacles are being removed, and the stage is being set for the conversation that will change everything. You have held the line, Cancer. I need you to truly acknowledge that. You have kept your heart open even when it felt like a liability. You have chosen hope over cynicism and faith over despair. That is your superpower. That is the radiant, magnetic quality that makes you unforgettable. Your capacity to love deeply, to feel profoundly, and to nurture a connection even from afar is not a weakness. It is the exact gravitational force that is pulling them back to you right now. They tried to escape your orbit, but your light is too bright, your energy too warm, your soul too deeply intertwined with theirs. They are coming back because they have finally realized that a life without your energy is a life lived in grayscale. The groundwork is laid, the message is in transit, traveling through the ether, making its way to your reality. But how you receive it will determine the foundation of what comes next. You must be grounded. You must be centered. You must know your own worth so deeply that their confession does not feel like a rescue, but rather a beautiful, mutual recognition of a truth that has always existed. You are not waiting to be saved. You are preparing to be seen. And when they finally look at you again, with all their defenses dropped and all their cards revealed, you will know exactly what to do. Let's talk about the exhaustion you are carrying right now. Not just the physical tiredness that comes from a long day, but that deep soul-level fatigue that settles into your bones when you have been hoping for too long. I see the silent battles you have fought. I see the nights where you stared at the ceiling, replaying every interaction, wondering if you were entirely alone in this feeling. You have been so strong for everyone else, Cancer. You have been the nurturer, the listener, the one who holds the emotional weight of the world. But who has been holding you? Who has been validating your own longing? You have poured your beautiful, intuitive energy into this connection, sometimes feeling like you were watering a garden in the dark, just praying something would eventually bloom. It is okay to admit how tired you are. It is okay to acknowledge that the waiting has been heavy and that your spirit has been working overtime just to keep your hope alive. But I need you to understand that this exhaustion is not a sign of defeat. It is the physical manifestation of your spiritual endurance. You have been doing the unseen, energetic heavy lifting. When they were running, when they were confused, when they were trying to build walls, your energy was the steady, unwavering light that kept the connection alive in the unseen realms. You were holding the container. You were keeping the frequency pure. Do you think it was easy? Do you think it didn't cost you something to remain so open when the external reality was giving you every reason to close down? It cost you your peace of mind. It cost you your sleep. It cost you moments of your own joy. But the universe saw every single drop of your effort. Nothing you did was in vain. The foundation they are now standing on as they prepare to return to you was built entirely by your unwavering faith. Now, the time has come to put the heavy backpack down. You do not have to carry the weight of this connection all by yourself anymore. The dynamic is shifting from you pulling to them pushing, from you hoping to them acting. I want you to physically feel the release of that tension right now. Imagine taking that invisible burden off your shoulders and letting it dissolve into the earth. You are allowed to just be. You are allowed to lean back and let the universe handle the logistics of this reunion. You have done your part. You kept your heart soft in a world that constantly tries to harden it. You remained true to your deepest feelings, even when logic told you to protect yourself. That is your magic, Cancer. That is why they are coming back. They are drawn to the very softness you thought was making you vulnerable. I know there is a lingering fear in the back of your mind, quiet whisper that asks, what if they come back? But I am too guarded. What if I have built these walls so high that I don't know how to let them in again? I hear you. I feel that protective instinct rising up, trying to shield you from the possibility of being hurt a second time. It is completely natural. Your heart has been through a ringer, and your subconscious is just trying to keep you safe. But I need you to look at your heart right now. It is not broken. It is not closed. It is just seasoned. It has depth now. It has wisdom. The walls you built are not there to keep love out forever. They are there to ensure that only the right kind of love gets inches in. They are the right kind of love. The universe has verified it. The synchronicities have confirmed it. Their impending confession is the absolute proof. You have not lost your capacity to love deeply. If anything, this period of silence has distilled your feelings, removing all the superficial layers and leaving only the pure, unadulterated truth of what you feel for them. When they finally step back into your life, they are not going to be met with the same naive energy they left behind. They are going to be met with a soul who knows her worth. They are going to see the quiet confidence that comes from surviving the fire of doubt. And that is exactly what they need. They don't just need your love, they need your strength. They need the grounded, unshakable energy that you have cultivated during this time apart. They are returning not just to a lover, but to an anchor. They are coming back because they finally realize that without your anchor, they are just drifting in the storm. You are so deeply held right now. Even in this exact second, as you listen to my voice, the spiritual realm is wrapping you in a blanket of absolute safety. You do not have to figure out the next 5 steps. You do not need to strategize how to act when they reach out. You just need to exist in this moment of anticipation. Let yourself feel the joy of knowing that the waiting is almost over. Let yourself smile at the thought of their face, without immediately following it up with worry. Give yourself permission to be happy. Give yourself permission to trust the timing of your life. The universe is not punishing you with this delay. It was preparing you for the magnitude of this return. It was making sure that when they finally arrive, you are standing in your full power. You are a masterpiece of emotional depth, Cancer. Your sensitivity is not a flaw, it is your superpower. It is the very thing that makes you an incredible partner, a profound friend, and a deeply spiritual being. Do not let anyone, especially your own inner critic, convince you that you feel too much. The world needs people who feel this deeply. And this specific person, they are finally realizing that your depth is the only place they truly want to drown inches. They are done swimming in the shallow end. They are ready for the ocean. And you, my dear, are the ocean. Breathe that inches, let it settle into your chest. You are seen. You are valued, and you are about to be deeply, undeniably chosen. Let us visualize the exact moment this shifts from the spiritual realm into your physical reality. I want you to picture it clearly, because your mind is the blueprint for your manifestation. It is an ordinary day. You are going about your routine, perhaps making coffee, or driving, or simply sitting in a quiet room when your phone lights up. It is not a mass notification. It is not a generic group message. It is their name, glowing on your screen, accompanied by a vibration that seems to echo the exact rhythm of your own heartbeat. In that split second, time will feel like it suspends. The air in the room will change. You will feel that familiar somatic flutter in your chest, but this time, it will not be laced with anxiety. It will be laced with absolute undeniable knowing. This is it, the moment the universe has been orchestrating behind the scenes. When you open that message, or when you hear their voice on the other end of the line, you will notice something profoundly different about their energy. The defensiveness is gone. The ego that once made them pull away has been completely dismantled by the sheer weight of their own longing. They are not going to play games. They are not going to offer you a casual, surface-level excuse for their absence. What they are bringing to you is a raw, unfiltered confession. They are going to tell you that the distance was a lie they told themselves. They are going to admit that every day they spent trying to move on was a day spent failing. They might say something like, I have been trying to convince myself that what we had was just a moment, but the truth is, I knew from the very beginning. They are going to hand you the validation you have been starving for, acknowledging that the connection you felt was not a figment of your imagination, but a mutual, earth-shattering reality that they were simply too afraid to face until now. This is the power of the divine window we are currently moving through. The energetic climate of this specific time is designed to strip away illusions. The universe is no longer tolerating half-truths or hidden intentions. The frequency of this moment demands authenticity, and anyone trying to operate in the shadows is being forcefully brought into the light. This is why their return feels so inevitable. It is not just their choice, it is a cosmic mandate. The timeline is collapsing, bringing the future you have been visualizing directly into your present. They are being pushed forward by a force much larger than their own hesitation, and that force is the undeniable truth of your soul contract. But here is the most crucial emotional turn you must experience, Cancer. As you read their words or listen to their voice, I need you to feel a profound shift within your own power dynamic. For so long, you have been in the position of waiting, wondering, and hoping. You have been the one holding the emotional weight, the one keeping the faith alive in the dark. But in this moment of their confession, the scales balance, and then they tip entirely in your favor. You are no longer the one begging for clarity. You are the one receiving an offering. You hold the reins now. Their return is not a rescue mission for your heart. It is a humble request for entry into the beautiful fortified sanctuary you have built for yourself. Feel the difference in that? You are not desperate for them to come back. You are open to it, yes, but you are grounded in the absolute certainty of your own worth. If they stumble over their words, if their confession feels a little messy or imperfect, you will be able to look past the clumsiness and see the beautiful, vulnerable truth underneath. You will not react from a place of past hurt. You will respond from a place of present power. You have the right to ask for what you need. You have the right to set the pace. You have the right to say, I hear you, and I am glad you are finally being honest, but we need to take this slowly. And they will respect that, because the person returning to you is no longer the person who ran. They are someone who has learned the hard way that losing you is a price they are no longer willing to pay. This is the culmination of every tear you have cried, every prayer you have whispered into the void, and every time you chose to trust your intuition over your fear. You were right all along. Your gut was never wrong. The magic you felt in that very first glance was real, and it was mutual. They just needed time to catch up to the frequency of your soul. They needed to hit the absolute bottom of their own denial before they could finally look up and see the light you have been shining this entire time. And now they are looking right at it. They are stepping into it. As this reality begins to unfold, I want you to practice gentle, internal detachment from the outcome. This sounds contradictory, I know, but it is the highest form of spiritual mastery. By releasing your tight grip on exactly how, and when this must happen, you create the spaciousness for the universe to deliver it in the most perfect, seamless way possible. You have planted the seeds. You have watered them with your faith. Now, you must step back and let the sun do its work. Worrying about the details will not speed up the process. It will only cloud your reception. Trust that the message is already in transit. Trust that the alignment is already complete. Your only job right now is to remain open, remain soft, and remain fiercely protective of your own peace. You are entering a phase of profound emotional harvesting. Everything you have sown in the dark is about to bloom in the light. The anticipation you feel is not a trick. It is the energetic preview of your coming reality. Let yourself enjoy this feeling. Let yourself smile at the sheer irony of the universe, how it makes us wait just long enough to truly appreciate the gift when it finally arrives. You are so incredibly close, Cancer. The veil is paper thin. The silence is about to be broken by the very voice you have been longing to hear. We have reached the end of this reading, Cancer, but this is only the very beginning of your reality shift. Everything we have uncovered together today, the somatic signs, the subconscious whispers, the internal reckoning of the person who saw you and knew, the divine timing of this exact moment, it is all converging right now. You are standing on the precipice of a profound breakthrough, and the universe is asking you to take one final, deep breath before you step across the threshold. I want you to think about the archetype of your sign. You are the moon child. You govern the tides. You know better than anyone that the ocean does not stay pulled back forever. The ebb is always, always followed by the flow. You have endured the low tide. You have walked the exposed, quiet shoreline of your own heart, gathering your strength, protecting your soft interior beneath a necessary shell. But the moon is turning. The gravitational pull is shifting. The waters are rising, and they are bringing everything you have been waiting for right back to your feet. You do not have to chase the tide. You only have to stand in your power and let it wash over you. As you move forward from this moment, I want you to carry a new kind of confidence. It is not the loud, boastful confidence of the ego. It is the quiet, unshakable certainty of the soul. It is the deep internal knowing that you are loved, that you are chosen, and that you are exactly where you are meant to be. When that notification finally lights up your screen, when that voice finally breaks the silence, you will not be scrambling for validation. You will simply nod, smile, and welcome them home. You will know with absolute clarity that your patience was not a weakness, but a masterful act of spiritual alignment. Right now, wherever you are, I want you to pause. If you're driving, pull over safely. If you are walking, stop for just a moment. If you are sitting, plant your feet firmly on the ground. I want you to take a deep, slow breath in through your nose, filling your lungs completely, and exhale softly through your mouth. Let go of the tension in your jaw. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. Unclench your hands now. I want you to place your right hand gently over your heart. Feel the steady, rhythmic beat beneath your palm. That is the drum of your own life force. That is the proof that you have survived every single hard day, every lonely night, every moment of doubt. And you are still here, still open, still capable of profound, beautiful love. As you keep your hand on your heart, I want you to repeat this affirmation silently in your mind, or out loud if you are in a safe space to do so. I release the need to control the timing. I am safe to receive the love that is meant for me. My heart is open, my spirit is ready, and I claim my divine reunion. Say it again. Feel the words vibrating in your chest. Feel them anchoring into your cellular memory. You are rewriting your energetic blueprint in real time. You are signaling to the universe and to the person on the other side of this connection that you are no longer operating from a place of lack or fear. You are operating from a place of absolute, magnetic wholeness. This message was not an accident. You did not stumble upon this video by random chance. Your higher self guided you here because you needed to hear this truth spoken aloud. You needed to be reminded of your own power. You needed to know that the person who saw you once and knew you were the one is currently fighting their way back to you, armed with the clarity they lacked before. The silence is ending. The story is turning. And you are the author of the next beautiful chapter. If this reading resonated with your spirit, if you felt that deep settling, yes, in your soul, I need you to take one specific action right now to seal this energy. Go to the comment section below and type the words, I claim this return. Do not just think it, write it, make it tangible. By typing those words, you are physically manifesting your readiness to receive. You are telling the universe that you are paying attention, and you are accepting the gift that is on its way. While you are there, please make sure you are subscribed to Trusted Tarot. This is your sanctuary. This is the place where your intuition is validated, where your spiritual journey is honored, and where we continue to decode the messages the universe is sending you. Hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and share this video with someone who needs to be reminded that their waiting is almost over. When you share this light, you amplify it in your own life. You are so deeply loved, Cancer. You are so fiercely protected. The person who tried to hide their feelings is about to realize that the truth cannot be contained forever. They are coming back to you, not as the person who ran, but as the person who finally understands the priceless value of what they almost lost. Keep your heart open. Keep your faith strong. The message is on its way. Take one more deep breath. Feel the warmth in your chest. You are ready, you are worthy, and it is finally your time. Until the next reading, trust your intuition, protect your peace, and know that you are never walking this path alone.